Hey guys, today we are preparing Kite for a barrel race. Yes, you heard that right. The 23-year-old rocket donkey gets to hit the town. Actually, the day you are watching this, we are going to the barrel race, so be looking out for that vlog. So I tie him to the trailer with this quick release and tie up the salt block so he can lick on that and not be bored while I brush him. I start with the Slick Easy because he is still shedding. He has finally slowed down a little bit, but there's still a lot of hair coming off, so I want to get as much of it off as I can before I saddle him. I'm sure it's uncomfortable. I mean, I'm not a horse, but I would imagine it would be. So I really work on that all along his back, under his stomach, his butt, everywhere. I try to get that hair off from everywhere. And when I'm around the flank, I'm very, very gentle. He is really broke, but I still am very, very gentle in that area. Once I'm done with the Slick Easy, I go and grab some Cowboy Magic Super Body Shine Detangler, and I spray that in his tail and mane. He's never had an amazing tail and mane, but I wanted to work on it just a little bit today, and then I go over his whole body with a hard brush while that sits. The Slick Easy will bring all of the dust that was up under their fur to the top, so the hard brush really gets it off, gets any hay or anything that could be on their back off. You don't want anything uncomfortable under the saddle pad because you don't want your horse to be uncomfortable, and you don't want things to turn into a rodeo real quick. And I also brush under the stomach where these cinches go and a little bit on his legs, especially if I'm putting sports boots on. And then it's time to throw on my tack. This saddle pad is a best ever, and my saddle is from Circle Y. I make sure that's all in the right place. Throw in my saddle very gently. He is old and I don't want to slay my saddle on anybody, but especially not him. Then I tint my saddle pad to relieve the withers, and then I pull the cinches down, and he is built much different than Scout and Chester. He is a little bit smaller, so I do have to take up my cinch so it gets right in the right place. I don't want it to be too far over, especially for the ring with the breast collar, so I make sure it is set perfect for him. I do the cinches really loose just to hold the saddle in place. I will tighten them before I am ready to get on. Now I'm going to put on the breast collar. This will keep the saddle from sliding back. He does not wear a tie down, but I just like the breast collar because it's cute and it keeps the saddle in place. So you can use my code if you want one just like it. And I leave these sports boots on the stirrups because I'm not going to begin our workout wearing them. I'm going to put them on right before we do the barrels because it is hot and he does not need them to warm up. When I have that rolled to where it's going to be out of my way, I take off all of those shoe flies and begin picking his feet, looking for rocks, looking in there, making sure they look good. When I am done checking and picking his feet, I put on these matching cactus bell boots that are really cute, also from Hothead Stalls, and then I spray him again with that fly spray because he really just hates the flies. And then I put on my blue Troxel helmet. I also have a Troxel code now, so if you want a discount, you can use my code Sadie at checkout for a little discount. I tighten the cinches before I hop on. I don't want to slide off the side here, and then I get on. I walk in for a long time because he is old. I want all that fluid in his joints to be warm before I ask for a trot, so we walk some huge laps, really going at whatever pace he wants to. When I feel like we have walked enough, I ask for a nice extended trot. I post the trot on him and we do some big laps and some little laps, and he is being so dramatic about the flies. And because it is really hot today and we're working the barrels, I did not put a fly veil on him. Maybe I should have. He is the most dramatic horse I own, I'm pretty sure. But that is why he is throwing his head around and doing that. He is very, very upset about the flies. When I feel like we have trotted enough, I give him a second to catch his breath. We walk for a little while, and then we will lope both directions. Now that I know he is good and warm and ready to go, I hop off so that I can put on his sports boots. I make sure on his legs there's no dirt or anything under there. You don't want anything under your boots because that could potentially push a tendon out of place, and you definitely don't want that, and they can be really hot. That is why I am putting them on after I warm up instead of warming up in them. Before I send him for a breeze, I want to trot through the barrels. I cannot remember really the last time I took him through the barrels. I think it was in an ASU vlog that was from a long time ago. So I trot the barrels and he decides that we are going to lope the barrels. Not what I wanted, not what I asked for. Happy he was ready to go, but I could not get him to stop. He's 23, whatever. He is set in his ways. If he wants to lope the barrels, he can lope the barrels. Now I walk back and it is time to send him through the barrels.
Oh my God.
or what? Oh, the Pivo didn't get that, so I'm glad you did. We gonna do it again. I think he is very excited to get back to work because he threw in that little moment here. And the day after the chiropractor came out to see him, I will have a mini vlog of that soon because I know the swishing of the tail can mean that their back might be sore. Trust me, I look out for that all the time. But I think it was the flies because when the chiropractor looked at him, he was only stiff. He really was not sore at all and his back was fine. And then after that, we walked through the barrels since he decided to have a little bronc moment. Had to remind him who's the boss here, and then we do our second breathe through. Easy. Titan's kind of small right now because of the yeah. Easy. I need you to listen to me, you jerk. Easy. I think so. Those turns are pretty smooth. The Pivo is not one for the barrel racing. Our second breeze through was really good. He felt so smooth, like smoother than he has in a long time to me. I think he really likes the snaffle. We're going to see at the race today. But I walk him out, make sure he is good and cool before I hop off and take him back to the trailer. The first thing I do when I hop off is loosen both cinches. I want to do this immediately to relieve any of that pressure because they don't need to be tight longer than they have to. And when I have the cinches loose, I go and get these sports boots first and throw them on my stirrups before we ever leave the arena. After I have him tied, I get the saddle off. I throw all of the tack off really quick. For safety reasons, I take the breast collar off before I do the cinches. You don't want the cinches to be undone and the breast collar to be on because if your horse shakes, it's going to be a very, very big mess. So I always make sure to do it in that order. It is pretty hot today, so I go and get him a nice cool drink of water for him to have before I take him inside to spray him off. I give him a treat because he did really, really good despite the little bronc moment he had. When I get him inside, I spray him off to help pull him off a little bit more and to get all of that sweat off. I don't want to leave that nasty sweat on him and just put him back out in the pasture like that. When I'm done spraying him off, I use a squeegee to get all of that extra water off and let him dry pretty good before I turn him out. When I let him out, he trots off, so obviously his workout was not too hard. He wanted to go very fast to go get a nice bite of grass, and of course he rolled. He just loves to roll. Favorite thing in the whole world, and that was really his day today. I am so excited to run him, and I cannot wait to see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so thankful for all of you. If you want to check out any of the world's best barrel horse merch, you can go to www.worldsbestbarrelhorse.com and check it out. Chester is very proud of it, of course, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!